What's going on, everybody? I'm Primal Liquid and welcome back to my 100% walkthrough for Grandia. We are now on part number 30 and the grind is done. So, let's take a look at my spoils, shall we? Now, one of the first things I'm going to say, this is not overkill, okay? This is not overkill. Despite Justin having 99 for all magic and 71 for sword, 72 for axe and 99 for mace, this again is not overkill. Well, it is for the story section, Rat, but it's not when you consider we are going to be doing the Tower of Temptation optional dungeon at the first available chance. We might still be a little over the top for that, but again, this is a YouTube series, so it's better to be a little over rather than, you know, having problems and things like that. You probably could get away with, you know, having Justin around probably 60 to 70 for magic, and then, you know, again, around 60s for the weapons. I did take mace all the way up to 99 just for the extra HP and vitality. Sword and axe, I just stopped around 70 just because, basically. And of course, I have maxed out all the magic as well, simply due to the fact Chameleons is above and beyond the best way to max magic out for Justin. So, that's why I did it there. And then if we move on to Fina, we have 50 wind, 50 earth, and 67 fire. Now, Fina's probably the least grinded for me, simply due to the fact we can't take fire much further, because of the fact we still need to gain some fire levels later to unlock her final ability. Same with wind and earth for these two abilities right here. However, we will be able to cap them out very, very quickly and very, very easily later on, so that's not an issue at all. As for weapons, now I was originally going to ignore Fina's knife, but with the little bit of added strength from leveling earth, and with using the Gus knife, which is a wind attribute, I was only doing about 8 damage, well, not even 8 damage, I was only doing between like 2 and 8 damage a hit on the Chameleons. And so what I could do is I could simply use digging 7 times, give everybody maximum defense, and then put Justin and Rap on withdraw automatically, and Fina on play fair. And then I could just let her keep bashing away until the Chameleons were dead, and that gave me a very, very easy way to level the knife up. So I just did that basically. Plus the extra SP was very, very beneficial for doing the whip as well. And that's why we got whip up to 60. Now, I could have gone further with the whip. Like, I definitely could have gone further. However, I am going to be using fire whip later to level fire up as well. And so that's why I figured, you know what, I might as well just leave whip where it is. And we'll finish that up later on. Now, Fina isn't that amazing at the moment. She does have some good survivability. She's got really high agility, but the agility doesn't matter too much for us. Instead, she's going to be more of a healer for us in the Tower of Temptation. She's not really going to be doing much damage. The vast majority of our damage is going to be Justin, followed by Rap. And speaking of Rap, let's take a look at his stats, shall we? Now, for fire, I only got that up to level 53, simply due to the fact I didn't want to go much further with his throwing weapon, which is level 80. It's like, I could have gone up to 99, but in the end, I decided not to. Knife is literally the same as Fina, just use the Gus knife on play fair, and that leveled up very, very quickly. Sword, on the other hand, I mostly leveled sword using Neo Demon Ball, and I also got some throw levels with Neo Demon Ball as well, because it's a move that hits the entire area. It gives massive weapon EXP, and I also needed some extra gold, and I wanted to go for more chameleon armor, so that's why fire is a bit lower. It's okay though, it's perfectly fine. We can still level fire with fireball later on, and we can also just, you know, spam burn flare with double magic experience. It's not going to be quite as fast as using chameleons, but honestly, like, it was either that or get nearly another 40 strength, which I didn't really want to do. So in the end, yeah, we're just going like this. Now, again, I am definitely a little bit stronger than I need to be for Tower of Temptation, even with the fact that we are going to be doing it way earlier than we are supposed to. Okay, but again, this is a YouTube series. That's why I've gone a little bit further. Now, you are going to need to be very, very strong in order to do the tower on your first visit there. But you don't need to be this strong. Okay, as long as you pay a little bit of attention, you know, and you're focused on what you're doing, you will be fine at around 60s to 70s in your levels. But again, that's just because, you know, you're missing a bunch of gear. If you did Tower of Temptation when you are, quote unquote, supposed to, you'd be perfectly fine at like level 40, level 50, simply due to the fact you would have a much better 4th character, and you would also have much, much better equipment as well. And the equipment is definitely a very, very big one. Okay, not only that, you would also have a lot more magic at your disposal. Right now, we only have Justin and Fina with all 4 spells. Rap will technically have all 4 magic elements when we get to the Tower of Temptation. However, 2 of them are going to be ridiculously low leveled. The 3rd one isn't going to be that amazing either, to be honest. So there is that to keep in mind. However, the 4th character that we are going to be going with, unfortunately, does not have any magic at all. So that character is just going to be a physical fighter, which unfortunately in the Tower of Temptation is actually not a good thing. That is actually going to... It's not going to be a hindrance, okay? It's not going to be a hindrance. However, it's not going to be a helpful... Like, it's not going to help either, okay? So there's going to be no help. She's just sort of going to be there. You know what I mean? So she will help take a few hits for us. There is that. She will take a few hits for us. That's kind of all she'll be doing, though. But I suppose, at the very least, you know, it's better than nothing, really. Anyway, here we are in the Petrified Forest. Yes, we're already completely done in Cafu. We can, now that we've actually spoken to the chief, we can go and use the inn if we really wanted to. I'm not going to, like, it doesn't really matter for me. As for the enemies here, we don't need to level anything at all. So, we're just going to stick the whole party on play fair. We don't really... Oh, yeah, I actually need to change my gear around. Whoopsie. That's my bad. That's my bad. But yeah, as you can see, my damage way higher than we were originally. Again, like, for this simple part of the story, that's fine. Like, it's not really that big of a deal, because we had to prepare for the Tower of Temptation. It is, unfortunately, one of those trade-offs, you know? It is one of the trade-offs. You can either do the Tower of Temptation when you are supposed to, or you can grind and make yourself a bit too strong for this part of the game. It is just one of them things. It's one or the other. Now, me personally, I much prefer doing the Tower of Temptation early, because that means we actually get to, you know, properly use the equipment and the items that we get there. If we did Tower of Temptation when you are technically supposed to, it just wouldn't be that worthwhile, you know? It just wouldn't be that helpful. Yeah, you could get some use out of the items, but absolutely nowhere near as much. So I prefer, you know, just make the early game a bit, well, I say early game, like we're kind of definitely past the early game now, but we make the mid game easier. Like we make the mid game easier so we can do Tower of Temptation. It'll all balance out by the end anyway. So, it's fine. It's fine. Even if I am, like, absolutely strong enough to complete the game right now. It's just one of them things, you know? Right, so in the Petrified Forest, there are a few things for us to grab. There is also going to be a mana egg here. Now, with the mana egg, we do have to, unfortunately, decide on what spell we are going to get for Wrap. Now, it is a little iffy on what you should actually use. 1 max MP, nice. We will use that on Wrap because Justin and Fina are maxed out now. So that can be used on Wrap. Later ones will be saved, but for now, it's okay. But yeah, with the mana egg that we're going to get in a minute, we do have to decide on what we are actually going to give Wrap with. Now, it is between wind, earth, and water. There are some pros and cons for all three, okay? So wind is more agility, so Wrap can move along the battlefield much easier if he is using a melee weapon. But unfortunately, wind magic itself isn't actually that impressive. However, earth magic. Now, earth magic, as you all know, gives you extra damage. It will give you extra strength, which Wrap is definitely more of a melee warrior. Well, definitely more of like a physical hitter rather than a magic user. So earth would technically be, you know, a pretty decent spell to get. Like, it would be a pretty decent magic to get if you were going to level it. However, his strength is already high enough right now, so we don't need more strength from him. So we're not going to get earth magic either. Instead, he is actually quite a bit behind on health. So what we're going to do is we are going to get him water magic. Now, we don't have, you know, an amazing way to level that for him right now. However, we will do shortly. Okay, there will be a spot that we can use to power level his water magic just before we do the Tower of Temptation, which is going to be much more helpful because aside from the fact we can max it out in about 2 to 3 hours, so level 1 to 99 in about 2 to 3 hours, it will give him a lot more MP to actually use. And now that we got that mana egg, we're going to go straight back to Catherine, by the way. There is 2 more bits of gold here, but we're going to get them later. So yeah, we're going to get water because the extra health is going to be very, very, very beneficial for the Tower of Temptation. As I've said before, there's no healing in there. Okay, we have to go through like 15 floors of a maze with no healing. So the extra health is going to be very, very beneficial. Other than that, it also means we have an extra healer, which is also going to be helpful, an extra healer and somebody else who can revive us. And then there's also all of the extra MP. Now, the MP is definitely the big one, okay? Magic is very important in the Tower of Temptation. It's probably the one place in the game where magic is vastly important. Mainly due to the fact a lot of the enemies are quite resistant to physical weapons, and will also be using a weapon we got in the Dom Ruins. Can you guys remember that holy mace we got in the Dom Ruins? Like that place where we first leveled water with Justin, Fina, and Sue? Yeah, we're going to actually be using 2 of them, okay? Justin's going to have one, and then we're also going to give one to the character we will be recruiting soon. Simply due to the fact there are some ghost enemies in Tower of Temptation. They are extraordinarily resistant to all forms of damage. And so having that just makes life so much simpler. So having 2 of them, it will slow us down a little bit on the other enemies, but it'll more than make up for it on the ghosts. But it shouldn't slow Justin down too much, simply due to the fact he is very strong right now. Like, Justin could very easily solo the game at this point. Well, the main game. He could very easily solo the main game. He will definitely not be able to solo Tower of Temptation because, again, that is actually, you know, quite a hard dungeon. Although it's not It's not so much hard due to difficulty, it's more due to the length, okay? Because it is a very long dungeon. It will take about 2 hours to get through it. And what I will also say is I will be using a guide myself going through it, okay? It is a freaking maze. The worst maze, as far as I'm concerned, in gaming history, okay? It is freaking terrible. Oh, they still haven't been hurt. Yeah, I kind of just want them to get hurt so I can start leveling water up a little bit with Rat, but oh well. But yeah, so it is a giant freaking maze. And even with a walkthrough, it takes about 2 hours. I love this game, don't get me wrong. I love this game with a passion. And I've done the Tower of Temptation God knows how many times. I can't do it from memory. I don't think anyone can do the Tower of Temptation from memory. If they can, then, wow, all the power to them. That's seriously all I can say. All the power to them. That is a freaking words are hard, guys. That is an inhumane level of memory. Okay? So yeah, it's just not gonna happen. Yay! Finally, we took some damage. Oh shit though, Justin got confused. That's really bad. Okay, no, it's gone. Whew. Yeah, that's probably one thing I should mention now. Confusion is going to be absolutely horrendously bad. Mainly due to the fact, if someone like Justin gets confused, he is strong enough to one-shot everybody. Okay, he can literally just one-shot everybody, which is going to be quite horrible if it actually happens. So we do want to be really careful with that, especially because we have the chain gem on him at the moment, which does of course mean he hits 3 times. So that's enough to one-shot everybody. 1 hit for Fina, 1 hit for Rap. He might survive a hit on himself, simply due to the fact he does have, you know, quite high vit and quite high defense, but it's still going to be a little up in the air. So I don't want to risk it. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to see how we go. It should be fine though. It's like we are going to start avoiding some battles for now, simply due to the fact we don't really need any more. You know, we really don't need any more battles. At least for quite a while anyway. When we get the next character, I think we will do some battles, because what I will probably do is I'll probably put like Justin, Fina and Rap on withdraw, and then I will just have the new party member like doing all the attacks. You know, the new party member can just level up their weapons. There's no real reason for it. Like, it's just gonna make it a little more helpful in Tower of Temptation. Well, it's gonna make her a little more helpful in Tower of Temptation, because obviously more levels, more stats. So I will level her weapons up a little bit. She will not have any magic, and she will not be able to learn any magic either. So leveling weapons with her is about all you can do. We aren't going to go balls to the wall with her though. You know, we're not going to get her up to like level 99 or anything like that. That is honestly incredibly daft with this particular character, simply due to the fact there's no need. It's easier just to level the main characters at this point, so that's why we're not gonna worry too much. Like, any level she gets is going to be a bonus. Like, it will be a bonus for sure, but it's like the furthest thing from necessary, basically. So we're gonna mostly... Oh, there's the alligators. Come here, you. Come here. No, don't run off, don't run off. Okay, come here, you. There we go. Yeah, so these are the alligators. These are like chameleons. The only difference is, as you'll see, they are very resistant to physical weapons. So physical hits. See, 20 damage. Other than Justin being ridiculously overpowered. Actually, wait, no. I think Justin's weapon does actually have an element on it. So that'll also be why. But yeah, if you want to level just your weapons, these guys aren't actually that bad for it. But you do also get a lot of character experience. Now, you can level your characters up better later, But for now, this is a really, really good spot. And as you can see, even though I was doing low damage, my weapons are just simply far too high now. So we're not actually going to be getting much experience for them. That's why, even though the chameleons are, you know, not resistant to weapons, if you're going to level them, still use the chameleons from the Virgin Forest, because you will get more EXP. Okay? So that's kind of the only problem with the alligators. They give good character XP, and they are good resistant to weapons, but they just give no EXP. So, use the bugged chameleon. Well, I don't know if they're bugged. They're either bugged or it was intentional, but they will always give max EXP. Even at my current levels, let's say Justin, for example. If I went back and used Dragon Cut on 4 chameleons right now, even though Earth and Fire are level 99, and my actual, well, we're going to give Cedar Defense to Fina, because Justine's vit's really high. Even though my Fire and Earth are 99 and my weapon levels are, like, astronomically high, if I use Dragon Cut, I would still actually get 64 weapon EXP per use on chameleons. Because no matter what level you are, like, no matter what level your weapons or your magic are, they will always give the maximum amount possible. So again, if you want to level anything other than your character levels, use the chameleons. Either that, or, I don't know, just wait until, like, literally the final dungeon of the game to hit 99 on everything. Doesn't really make much difference, to be honest. Like, I suppose it would be a little bit quicker in the final dungeon, just because there are a lot more enemies, so you don't have to, you know, keep resetting over and over and over again. But it's there for if you want it, you know what I mean? Alright, now we need to go to the Tower of Doom. It's fine though, it's not the end of the world. Well, it kind of could be. Kind of could be, for sure. In fact, I don't think there's actually going to be any more fights on the way there now, so we should be able to just run straight up. Because I think we're done with all... Oh, am I going back? Okay, never mind, I'm going backwards. Hey, alligators. I don't really care about them. Yeah, we're not going to bother with the alligators. I'm already very high leveled, like, with my character levels. Like, Justin and Fina, like, 37, 38. Rap's, like, 30, 31. That is definitely very high. For reference, like... On a normal, not very grindy playthrough, you would typically be at the end of the game. Like, you would be doing, like, the final boss around 38 to 45 on character levels. But again, a lot of the later bosses give astronomical amounts of EXP, so you should be okay. That's a military building. Hell yeah it is, Justin. Hell yeah it is. Right, Tower of Doom. Hold on, just something's wrong. You know, I'm kind of hoping I can actually go back to the chameleons in a minute. If I can go back to the chameleons, I might actually level the next character a little bit. It's just a feeling, but there's a Lainian behind this, and probably alone. What? Alone against the Garlisle forces? What are these Lainians anyway? When a Lainian loses it, well, you don't want to be there. Looks like we're going to get to see a real monster. You ready, Just? Let's go. Yeah. It's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Alright, let's just go into the warehouse for now. So there is going to be a little bit of gold in here and a save point, which we are going to use. Granted, it's not really that important, but we might as well, you know, just get a save done and out the way. Get rid of the sea dragon. There we go. Alright, so shall we go get our new character? And as you might have already guessed, in fact, how many items do I have? None, free. Okay, well, I mean, I can just discard the antidote and the cookies. Yeah, we'll be fine like that. But yeah, as you might already have figured out, the new character for us is going to be the Lainian, which is going to be Milda. Good old Milda, man. She's good, man. She's good. Right, wait, what's that? 128 HP. I'll keep that for now, I guess. It's like I could do with some higher tier items for Tower of Temptation. A real monster! Just over there. Hey Milda, how you doing, girl?
What is that?
Dude, that's no way to talk about a lady.
Here, that hussy woman of Lane.
That hussy woman of Lane.
Toy with me. I'll beat y'all.
Oh man,
Hey,
I love rap.
weird about her
I absolutely love rap.
She's really gone off the deep end this time. We're not gonna get off easy.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
You're from Cafu, and you two. So y'all with them.
Huh?
No.
What's it to you? Who you talking to? Don't go pulling
Oh
my chain.
man, I love rapping Milda. Bye rap. You won't pound anyone's face in, bro. You'll just get pounded instead. Well, KO. Oh, I love Milda, man. Milda's such a fun character.
We're in trouble now.
No, we're not. We're fine.
You didn't run away. Well, I wouldn't let y'all get away. You're gonna be sorry.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Alright, so let's just cancel play fair. So, straight off the bat, Milda does have 2800 health. The attacks that she does, they aren't that scary, to be honest. Granted, I am very, very overpowered right now for her. As you can see, 5 hits, 1500. In fact, if I just... Let's do evasion for a minute so you guys can see her actual attacks. Yeah, we'll just split up. There we go.
Here it goes.
Now, that was on Justin, who does have incredibly high defense, so it did only do 10 damage. However, even on a non-grinded playthrough and that, honestly, she's kind of a cakewalk. She's a lot like Gadwin. Remember Gadwin when we fought him solo with Justin? She's a lot like him.
All right.
It's like, you will definitely be able to very easily overpower her. She is technically considered a boss, but more of a mid-boss, you know? She's basically here to see how strong you are for the next few areas. Because this is where we are going to start getting a little bit of a difficulty spike now, as compared to, compared to before. So again, you know, if you can crush Milda, you'll be fine. If you have a difficult time with Milda, you might have a bit of difficulty moving forward, in which case, you know, go back, grind the alligators a little bit, grind the chameleons a little bit, just get a few more levels, you know what I mean? And then you'll be able to easily get through. Like, if your levels are around, like, 30, honestly, you'll be fine. And when I say your levels, I do mean, like, magic and weapon levels. Around 30 is more than enough for this place. Obviously, if you know what you're doing with the game, then, like, mid-20s, it'd still be fine here as well, to be honest. You'll say your name was Justin. Because I'm a good guy. I'm not going to finish you off, Milda. I told you, remember, we're adventurers, not soldiers. We've come to wreck this tower. And you've got nothing to do with the folks here. Hell no, I don't. I'm here for the same reason as you folks, but they found me. Of course they found you. You draw too much attention. You're talking to me, boy. Got a problem. Rap, do you not remember what she just did to you, bro? Tell you, man. Well, you got a point. I also got to apologize about thinking you was in cahoots. Well, we sure not in cahoots with no Lainian. Now, that's racist, Rap. Yeah, let's go. Let's trash the tower right after we take a look at Milda's stats, shall we? So, straight off the bat, Milda does start with all of her moves already learned. Milda Kick, Splitter, and Milda Hit. Now, if we actually take a look at them, Milda Kick is essentially drop kick from the fight she just did. Splitter is pounding Quake Attack on all enemies. Essentially, this is basically a boom pow magic. Well, not boom pow. Oh, what's it called? Where are you? There, baboom. It's basically baboom, only with no actual magic used. So it's a pretty good AoE hit. It is a little bit weaker, and it's 40 SP, so it's not that bad. It's a pretty good wave clearer. And then we have Milda hit. This is essentially Milda kick, only a lot stronger. Unfortunately, though, as you can see, the SP is quite high. You only get one use of that, pretty much. So we're not going to really worry too much about that. And if we actually look at her stats when I press the right button, she has 119 strength, basically no vit, very, very bad wit, and very, very bad agility. She is a shockingly slow character. Okay, like shockingly slow. So what we are going to do is we are going to change her equipment around a little. Namely, the band... Oh, I can't change that. Whoops, never mind. Well, we're going to give her the chain gem, first and foremost, so she gets extra hits in. Justin is going to lose the odd hat. And then we're going to give the odd hat to Milda. This is basically the best helmet you can have on a character that is as slow as Milda. She is shockingly slow. So that's why we're going to give her that. As for the actual weapons, if we take a look at what she has, so she is the same as Justin. Sword, mace, and axe. Now, what we're going to give her is going to be the sword, and that is for two reasons. Firstly, it's her lowest level weapon, which means it will level up the quickest, which of course means more SP. The best benefit of leveling her sword, though, is going to be the extra wit. That is all we care about right now. Now, one of the things you can do, okay, one of the things you can do is you can max out her mace to 99 for some extra EXP on a character later, but that is entirely up to you. Personally, I don't think it is worthwhile. Likewise, I do not think it's worthwhile to just like power level her sword either for extra wit. In terms of transferring her EXP to other characters, the only character who can use the axe EXP is Justin. And she already starts off at 10 levels. So straight off the bat, Justin's axe, you might as well say that's level 82. Okay? So there's no point at all in leveling her axe. For her mace, that can go to two characters. That can go to Justin, and it can go to a character later. Now, Justin's mace is already maxed out, so it's going to be no good for him. So it's going to go to the character later. However, do remember, we also have the mace EXP from Sue. So straight off the bat, we have 33 extra levels from Sue. We're going to get at least like 7 or 8 levels here from Milda, which means we already have like 40 mace levels. The character that we get later starts at, I want to say, like around 20 for mace level. So that's already like level 60. And there is a way to power level her mace ridiculously fast. So we're not really going to bother with that either. Now, when it comes to the sword, again, just like the mace, there are two characters who can use that. There's Justin and there is Rap. Now, Justin, I don't think it's worthwhile using on, simply due to the fact the best weapon in the game is a sword. And you want to use that with Justin for his Heaven and Earth cut. That is the strongest attack in the game. Pair that with the strongest weapon in the game. So Justin is going to get level 99 sword pretty much by default, okay? Even without grinding, by the end, well, by the time we beat the final boss, Justin is absolutely going to have 99 sword, okay? So, the sword EXP will be going to Rap, which, yeah, will be a bit beneficial. It just means we don't really have to level his sword now. Because by the time we actually get through and, you know, like Milda leaves the party and that, the sword EXP for her will probably be around level 35 to level 40. So it'll be somewhere, you know, in that neighborhood. If you really want to, if you really want to go and grind Milda, you can do, just go back and do the chameleons. Right, with that said, let's go ahead and get rid of all this crap that I have now in my inventory, shall we? We don't need all this raw meat and fish either. Alright, so we've got 6 items total. We've definitely got plenty of spaces. So now it's time to move on and actually do the Tower of Doom. However, that's going to be in the next one, guys, because I'm going to be ending this video right here. Still though, I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please be sure to smash that like button. And of course, drop a comment down below. They really help out the channel. And of course, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more content. As always, everybody, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.